Hello friend, and welcome on into my home. I am so excited that spring has officially arrived, which means it's time to take down the winter decorations. It feels like some seasons come and go so quickly. Since I've moved from the States to Canada, unfortunately, winter is not one of those seasons, but I do feel like spring kind of comes and goes pretty quick. So as a more frugal person, on one hand, I do want to celebrate and welcome spring, but on the other hand, I don't want to go out and spend all my money. So today, I want to share with you a couple simple budget ways to refresh your home for spring. One of my most favorite ways to give the seasons their space is with this huge picture frame above my fireplace. Though I'm not really sure I can call this a fireplace, and I'm not sure this is a true picture frame because this entire wall was DIY'd. The frame is just a few scrap pieces of wood nailed together, and my fireplace is actually just a bookshelf turned around with some peel and stick bricks on it and a picture frame on it. But regardless if it's the real thing or not, this little accent wall brings my heart so much joy as it's the space I dedicate to decorating for the seasons intentionally. As far as this picture frame goes, my favorite hack to the perfect seasonal artwork is purchasing cheap prints off of Etsy and then printing them at Staples. While this print isn't necessarily as springy as I would have liked, I have it on hand and it's what I'm going to use for right now. But I originally bought this print for $4 or $5 from an artist on Etsy and then printed it at Staples. Though due to its huge size, it was a bit pricey printing it there, coming in at $40, but smaller prints are way cheaper and so worth it in my opinion. Next, I want to take you outside to the front door. My husband and I moved into this cheap townhouse 2 years ago in an attempt to live within and below our means to help us save some money. And in doing so, it has definitely come with some not so great maintenance or care of the place by management. But honestly, this makes my DIY heart so happy as it feels like I'm living in a rental fixer-upper, and whatever I do to this place is going to be an upgrade. So in the spirit of spring and warmer temperature, I thought it'd be the perfect time to refresh the front door. I took a trip to Home Depot and did my best to match my front door to the trim color to ensure it would blend in well. And I'm so excited to say that this little glow up only cost me $6. A sample size of paint did the trick, and I even had leftover paint afterwards, which I'll save for touch-ups when needed and other possible future projects. We gotta get this job done quick because I am nervous that one of my neighbors is gonna see me painting this door and confront me and ask me if I am allowed to do this, which, to be honest, I'm really not sure if I'm allowed to do this, but in the units around me I have seen a couple different colored doors, so we are just going for it. And funny enough, while I was painting the door, literally paint and paintbrush in hand, one of the women from the office came and handed me a paper as well as everybody else's mailbox, a paper that said like rules for spring about your outdoor furniture, about your dogs, all these different rules, but the one thing that was not on that list of things you can't do was paint your door, so I feel like I'm in the clear. And while I was out painting, I felt inspired to do a little bit of tidying up on the porch. I feel like that's definitely something that gets neglected as things get hidden and tucked away for winter, and as the weather is getting nicer and gardening is just around the corner, I definitely have some tidying I need to do, and I'm so excited to making this space so cozy and so beautiful with planting some little seedlings and growing some food and flowers out here. While the front door is drying, I want to show you what I have going in the kitchen. So 2 evenings ago, I prepped some sourdough loaves, and today they are ready for baking. This year we stopped buying bread and have made homemade bread a routine in our home. I love that these sourdough loaves just require 4 basic ingredients, which includes the sourdough starter, which once you have it forever, and they require water, flour, and sea salt. They are super cheap to make as you only need to buy flour and sea salt, and they definitely taste better than anything store-bought. Another thing I love about them is just how artistic and creative you can get with the design and scoring on top. While the bread is baking, I'm gonna add a cherry on top, or rather a touch of spring to the front door. I thrifted the base to this wreath a couple seasons ago, and I made it like a minimal fall wreath with some fake eucalyptus and some pretty fall color plant pieces. And instead of buying or making a new wreath for every season, I'm just going to remove the fall colored pieces that I put on. I originally hot glued them on, so they're pretty easy to peel off, and I'm going to swap them out for some yellow tulips to celebrate and welcome spring to my front porch and front door. In my home and in my wreath, I like to have some staple greenery like the eucalyptus, and then I just buy one single little flower bundle from Michael's. So these yellow tulips, I bought them from Michael's and I think they were like $2 or $3. They were on sale, and then I pick that bundle apart by kind of cutting it, and I spread the color and spread the flowers around to create my own unique piece. I am definitely no professional when it comes to floral arrangements. It could honestly use some more fluffing as it was a bit smushed in the closet, and it could use some more work, but some spring on the front door is better than no spring for me, so this will definitely do. One of the biggest ways I like to decorate my home in a budget-friendly and frugal manner is by thrifting. And so this week, whenever I was out thrifting, I had a little win with this dish that I want to show you, because this year I'm working on decorating the house more and making it feel less like a rental and more like my cozy cottage dream home while on a budget. Old-fashioned rolled oats have quickly become a staple in our household these past few months, so I thought they'd be the perfect new homeowners to this container. This little jar certainly makes my heart happy, as does a slice of this fresh sourdough bread. Friend, I hope you were able to find some inspiration and encouragement here today. Until next time, my friends, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time.